Hey Libra, this is your look at the astrology of April 2021. My name is Katie Sweetman. This is empowering astrology. So let's take a look at things. So Aries season for you is the time in your personal calendar when the spotlight is on relationships. Aries is your opposing sign. It's something that doesn't oppose you negative, but it's something that in a way completes you. You both sort of occupy two separate but complementary spaces. Libra as a relationship sign, yes, Libra is the sign of relationships. In a way, Aries is something familiar. It's something that you are driven to connect to other people. Aries is a very driven sign. So now that it's Aries season, you are very driven to connect. You're driven to partner, to connect to the people on a one-on-one level, not just romantic relationship. It's really all relationships. It's a time of socialization for you. And with Mars, Mars is what's called the ruler of Aries. It's over in Gemini right now. I mean, maybe you're connecting with people in other countries. Maybe you're visiting other people. Maybe you're going on traveling. And I realize traveling is a bit difficult at this moment, but there's a need to sort of connect to the world through other people. And maybe you and a partner, or you and a serious partnership, you're talking about things about philosophy and faith. Like, do you actually believe in the same things as your partner? Or maybe with a close one-on-one connection, you're sort of seeing, like, you're discussing, what are your convictions? What do you believe in? What's your faith, your truth? So these deeper philosophical themes that are woven into this Aries season. Mercury, apologies. Mercury will go into Aries on April 4th, April 3rd, and that will sort of ignite this need to connect, to talk, to relate, to chat, to discuss. There's a lot of things going on in this world, and maybe you have a lot of opinions about it. And maybe, to be fair, because Aries is not always even tempered, there's a little bit of some pointed conversations about things. There will be a new moon in Aries on April 11th. I highlight this in particular because this new moon isn't just a time when sort of the page turns for you on a certain level and it's time to focus on relationships, and maybe for some of you it's a time of a new relationship. But this new moon is plugging into a deeper story, a story that's been going on for a decade. And sort of not to go too deep into it, this story is about your inner life, your inner feelings, your home, your family, the past, sort of the stuff that maybe, with a relationship, of course, you share that level of intimacy with somebody. But if somebody is coming into your life and you're trying to figure out, am I safe? Maybe the connection is very much shaped by the past. You need to sort of see past your own limitations. I won't say prejudices, but your own limitations and how you're seeing things. But you've been in a decade of really unearthing, shaping, excavating, digging out a lot of deep emotional material and a lot of deep family material. So this might sort of thread its way into your experiences this month. But the sun will start to get out of Aries. The planets will start to leave Aries. In fact, we'll start with Venus on April 14th. Venus will go into Taurus. And speaking of long stories, although not a decade long, the past couple of years, you've actually been in a time of really needing to open up your deeper emotions. I know you seem to have this story going on, and actually two different places in your chart that really talk about these big transformations, like gut level rearranging transformations on your emotional body. Yes, we have a physical body, we have an emotional body, and that emotional body we often neglect, but it is the repository of memories, the past, sufferings, traumas, mom and dad, ancestors, and our hopes and our dreams. And you're trying to unearth a lot of stuff in your life right now. And this, of course, has been a long story. In some cases, it's been a decade story. But in a way, you are reawakening to something within yourself. And I think that that's been at the core of this time since 2018, 2019, is to start to see yourself on a level, see your psyche on a level that you haven't seen your psyche before, because Uranus is about awakenings. But for some people, this awakening is happening in your professional life or a relationship. But for you, it's happening deep within and in a very private space. And so maybe this is, the second half of April is when you're starting to connect some dots on some things in your life. And you're like, oh, that's why I keep doing that. That's why I keep sabotaging myself. Or that's why I keep choosing this, because here's the root cause. And that's what really, truly, both Uranus and Pluto's the planet that's been doing the decade-long excavation in your chart. This is where the sort of deep awakening is happening. Later this month, the sun will go into Taurus, same day as Mercury. Mercury goes into Taurus, sun goes into Taurus on April 19th. April 19th, this is the start of Taurus season. So again, there's that sign, Taurus, Uranus is there. Uranus has been there since March 2019, May 2018, and this new chapter, this page that gets turned, and this deeper story of personal awakening and transformation and really opening up your psyche. So when the sun, later this month, it will meet up with Uranus. I think it's like on the 30th of April, thereabouts. But before that, we're going to have a full moon on April 26th. This full moon is really going to bring this story forward. Now, as you start to excavate your psyche, if you start to connect the dots on the deeper parts of yourself, or even have to face these deeper parts of yourself with a partner, with somebody else, this full moon sort of touches on a story like, am I safe? Am I safe to open up these spaces within myself that I haven't opened up before? Am I safe to reveal the most intimate parts of myself? Do I have the support from friends, support from a partner, support from my family? This full moon also, on a more mundane level, it does talk about money. So with this time, Taurus season, Taurus is one of your money signs. So there is a sense of needing to transform and awaken your relationship with money and power. And of course, money can be power, not for better or for worse. But maybe this is a time when you need to look at who has power over you. And this could it be a credit card company? Could it be mom and dad? Could it be other people? Because it could be an intimate partner. But this full moon in Scorpio on April 26th is putting a spotlight in how you earn a living, your income, the things that you need on a resource level. Food in the kitchen, money in the bank, that sense of stability and security that we all need as human beings. And maybe just kind of feeling that little shake inside, like, am I safe? Do I have enough? But, to be fair, it's tax season, so maybe some things are moving around in the bank account. I mean, it's tax season here. United States might be different where you are. But that said, you're sort of, at the heart of a lot of these deeper psychic changes for you, Libra, is this deeper changes that are happening with self-worth. So there's, a lot of things that are moving this month. And I will also add that Mars is going into Cancer on April 23rd. I mentioned this because Cancer is it is your career sign. Cancer forms the top of Libra's chart, sort of the highest place in your astrology house. And there's Mars. Mars is action. Mars is like, go out and get it. Mars also makes things happen. So Mars can do a few things in your professional life starting on April 23rd. Suddenly you get very busy. Maybe work, it was quiet and then it's not. Maybe you have been wanting to make a change in your professional life or make a job change, and then now you have the impetus and the drive to make it happen. You did have some eclipses in this part of your chart. It was a year ago. Sometimes eclipse energy can ring out, even months out, even a year out. So it'd be kind of interesting to see, Mars on the 23rd of April, if it does activate the eclipse from June 21st of 2020. That was sort of concluding this bigger time in your life where it was about changes in your professional life, changes in your place in the world. It's a little nerdy astrology side note, but I would say that going into the last week of April and into May, You're likely going to be busy in your professional life, a lot of responsibilities, having to take care of things, needing to, kind of go after what you want. Mars isn't, let's say, the happiest in Cancer traditionally in traditional astrology, but having Cancer in this part of your chart as your career sign, it says that on some level you have to love what you do. And if your heart is not in what you are doing, how do you make a change? So maybe Mars is helping you to make a change, to really go after what makes you passionate, really lights up your heart, really feeds your soul. Because if that's not happening, and maybe that's at the heart of some of these other changes that have been going on for much longer, how do you start to clear psychic space? How do you start to find the courage and bravery to actually go after what you want? Mars is very much determined. It's a sign of, like I said, courage, and a planet of courage and bravery. So going into the latter part of this month, have courage and bravery. Speaking of courage and bravery, in a way, Pluto will turn direct on April 27th, or turn retrograde, 26 degrees Capricorn, April 27th. So that decade-long story, since 2008, 2009, there's another turn in the wheel. And Pluto, again, decade worth of psychic excavation. So if you are sort of going into May and a lot of deep, profound stuff's coming up, you will know why. It's coming up so that you can release it, you can make space for the things that you actually want and need in your life. So there you go, Libra. That's your look at the astrology of April 2021. Again, my name is Katie Sweetman. This is Empowering Astrology. Follow me online at empoweringastrology.com. I'm on Instagram, Empowering Astro, Facebook, Twitter. Book a session with me. And you can also subscribe to this channel. So I will see you all next month. Have a wonderful April. And until then,